Welcome back to Nobody's Safe. Nobody's safe, nobody's safe. I'm your host, Jason Watkins, and we are doing top 25 previews based on the ESPN rankings, of course. And today is going to be number 23, Oregon. I bring it up that it's the ESPN rankings only because I would probably have these guys way higher, somewhere around that top 10 area, actually. I think the coaches do have them around 12 myself. I certainly think that they come into the year better than Auburn, who is ranked number 11 in this poll. So go figure. We're going to go with it as it is. So taking a look at the Ducks and new head coach Dan Lanning, who replaces Mario Cristobal. This is a team that was really strong last year. Defensively, they're unbelievably good. And, with Lanning coming in as last year's defensive coordinator for the Georgia Bulldogs, who won the national title, I would think that is probably had him licking his chops about the opportunity to coach here. Offensively, of course, there aren't a whole lot of returners for the Ducks this year. The good thing is that all four returners are along that offensive line. They bring back 4 or 5 linemen there, anchored, of course, by TJ Bass, who was a left guard and ended up moving over to left tackle during the season due to an injury. He has shined. The Pro Football Focus has him ranked as one of the top offensive or the top returning players, period, in all of college football entering this season. I think that offensively, what they're really going to be hoping for is that quarterback transfer from Auburn, Bo Nix, comes in and really kind of does his thing. He left after the season. He was hurt during part of last season, but he left and took the position here in Oregon. You could see a little bit of Ty Thompson coming in, playing quarterback if you were to see Nick struggle a little bit, which he's prone to do sometimes. The guy throws a lot of interceptions, so kind of wait and see kind of what happens. Ty Thompson's actually the highest recruit ever to the highest ranked recruit to ever choose Oregon. He did play some last year, looked pretty good at times. I feel like with Lanning, he's going to want a more experience kind of coming in, particularly with game 1 being up against Georgia, his former team in Atlanta. The experience of having played against them may play into Bo Nix's favor. He also looked really good in their spring game. So, there's nobody returning from as far as receivers are concerned, but I think that one of the guys that you're going to want to be late, you got sophomore 6'3" Troy Franklin, and also another sophomore in 6'5" Dante Thornton on the outside receiver positions. Seven McGee, who was a running back coming in last season and was one of the top ranked running backs in the country, has actually moved to receiver as well. So it doesn't look like they've really lost a whole lot there. Their tight end room is also one of the strongest in the country, led by Terrence Ferguson. And so offensively and with their running backs, they've got some strong running backs, and guys that, weren't really starters, but have had some experience in the past and look like they're really going to come through. You've got Byron Caldwell, who averaged 6.5 yards a carry a year ago. And then Sean Dollars is another guy that have high expectations for. He missed most of last season or all of last season with a knee injury, but they expect big things out of him coming forward. Defensively, again, is where this team shines. They are headlined by linebacker and first-team all Pac-12 selection from a year ago, Noah Sewell. He had 114 tackles to lead the team. You also have junior defensive lineman Brandon Dorless, who is one of PFF's top returning players from last year as well. He kind of a different find. He played kind of sparingly for his first few seasons in Eugene, but came in last year as a replacement for an injury and shined with 25 solo tackles. He looks like he's going to be good. And then there's just a lot of experience in that throughout the defense. And so with a defensive-minded head coach like Lanning, you expect that's probably going to be their biggest thing. A year ago, this team really, it was kind of up and down. This is a team that started off the season, I think one of the first few weeks, they went on the road to the Shoe at Ohio State and pulled a huge upset, only to turn around a week or two later and go lose to Stanford on the road, who was just dreadful, really. But that's what happened. And then they had the 2 losses after that to Utah, who was the Pac-12 champions. They played them during the regular season, lost the game, and then turned around and lost in the Pac-12 championship game as well in Las Vegas. That accounts for their 3 losses during the regular season. They did lose the bowl game to Oklahoma as well, although taking a look at their schedule this year, obviously, as I said, they open up with Georgia, the defending champions. That's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Lanning knows them well, having coached there. But I feel like this is a season that you could see this team challenging for the college football playoff. If they were to stay close in this game against Georgia, the rest of their season shakes out. Not necessarily that they're going to definitely win every game, because I think they've got some tough ones throughout the season, but they've got 4 almost guaranteed wins in my mind. And then I really feel like they should be favored most weeks, or every week, aside from possibly that second to last game, Utah. Their second game is against Eastern Washington. That should be a win. BYU, although I feel like this is a ranked team in BYU, getting them at home, they should win that one as well. Although I think that Kalani Sitake and company would probably tell you that this is one of their best teams in years. I feel like they should win that one. They should definitely beat Washington State. I feel like they should beat Stanford anyway. They should have a year ago, though, too. Arizona's a win. UCLA should be a win, even though I think that Chip Kelly is definitely got the Bruins looking a lot better than they were even just a couple of years ago. Cal should be a win. At Colorado, I would almost guarantee. The Utah game is, obviously you got Washington after that, which that's going to be a tough one, but you get them at Eugene again as well. I think that Washington's one of those teams that man, they just kind of had a weird season a year ago. I think they're very talented, and they could turn into an unbelievable team. But we'll kind of have to wait and see with them. Having that at home, and particularly if they're looking, if they're coming into that with just 1 loss, or maybe even, somehow pulled it off to have no losses, you would expect them to probably win there as well. The Utah game, of course, they owe them one. Having lost 2 to them last year, 1 in the Pac-12 championship game. If they could get that win there, then you really see them primed for a playoff run. They do finish the season off, the regular season, with rival Oregon State in Corvallis. But I feel like that they're definitely still heads above that team there, even though they're projecting to be quite a bit better this season than they have been in years past. Myself, I take a look at this. Vegas has them on their win total at 8.5 for the season. I feel like this is a 10-win team, so you get some built-in value there. I would probably, if I was betting it, and I am a bettor, but if I was going to bet it at 9.5, I don't know that I would probably bet it at all. At 8.5, I think it's a guaranteed. You get value built in there. I would probably take the over there for sure. That's just me. You're going to want to take a look at that on your own, decide what you want to do, but that's built-in value. This is a 10-win football team more than likely. So I would take that bet all day and not really worry about it. Again, take a look at it, see what you think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this preview. See you on the next one. Nobody's safe.